What's happening, everybody? It's your boy, Old Man Winter, and this is No Holds Barred, where we give it to you rough, rugged, and raw, straight, no chaser, uncut, unfiltered, you know what I'm saying, unleashed. God damn it, you know how we get down. We here to tell you the hardcore, real raw, you know what I'm saying, tell it like it is, and we ain't pulling no punches around none of these topics or none of these situations. So, the topic of today, we're talking about Tony the Closer and him 500. They seem to have some type of Negro buck fight going on right now. Um, amongst I don't even know what to really define it as, the um black financial awareness community. I think that might be the best way to describe it, where we have a community of black folks that's, selling courses and, do like financial literacy, credit cleaning, basically just, just operating in the world of finance, being able to finesse different things or whatever to, get a leg up as far as business, making money and things of that nature. Um, so basically, I'm chiming in because I am a real estate investor. I've watched a couple of these people, a couple of the programs they've appeared on, and I have something to say about this shit. I'm slightly familiar. I don't watch these guys every day. I'm kind of coming in this thing in the middle of whatever they got going on. But I'm here to chime in because things is heating up between these two guys, Tony the Close and him 500. Which one of the first things that was surprising about this situation was I had no idea that even these two guys had any type of behind the scenes relationship with each other. Or maybe it's in front of the scenes. Like I say, I haven't been studying these guys or watching them to the T every move that they make. But from my understanding, they seem like they were just two, separate entities doing they thing and like operating in this financial literacy realm of, YouTube and Instagram and social media, basically. I had no idea that these guys had any type of personal relationship, but now it's coming all out. It seems like Tony the Closer is revealing a lot of things that us in the black community that do study financial literacy and maybe these guys' followers did not know. There's a lot of accusations being slung back and forth between the two of them as far as being uh, him 500 being called a scammer by Tony the Close, and it seems like there is some type of we'll get into that later, but it seems like there's some type of support and evidence to maybe some of these allegations of scams, or maybe just the advice may have been, considered fraudulent. Um, other accusations, which are, pretty much like having nothing to do with financial literacy from uh, him 500 side, accusing Tony the Closer of, inappropriate acts in his past, basically of a criminal nature. Um, Now Tony firing back, saying that him 500 has actually a criminal background as well. So you can't throw, throw stones inside a glass house. It just seems like it's a situation that's all over the place between these two guys. And from Old Man Winter's perspective, we really shouldn't be. Even though I'm gonna dive into these topics, my main focus is unity within the black community, and we shouldn't be having these public, like I say, Negro buck fights. So, but some of the information that's being revealed is beneficial to us as far as being preyed on by some of these tactics that were basically behind the scenes that we weren't aware of, and things happening in the public eye, and us not having a full understanding of why these things happen or what's happening behind the scenes to lead to some of these situations. So let's start with him 500. He's recently been put in the spotlight. I believe, from my introduction to this, it's because of a YouTube content creator called JT that's a accountant, and his thing is he's a pocket watcher. So I don't know if this guy really has an understanding of the negative connotation of being called a pocket watcher or whatever. I don't know if that doesn't dawn on him that, as amongst at least the black community, being called a pocket watcher is a negative thing. That means you stalking somebody else's pocket, you seeing what they got going on, you worry about the next man business and how they getting their money and this, that, and the third. But that's basically what his platform is designed around. Like I say, I don't know if he understands that that's viewed upon as a negative, in the black community. But maybe because he does a lot of laughing in his videos, so maybe he coins himself and his followers that, as like as a inside joke or something like that. Maybe he has a full understanding that being called a pocket watcher is a negative, but he just don't care. So he's gonna embrace that terminology of calling himself and his followers pocket watchers. But this guy JT, the accountant, that's a certified accountant that pocket watches, he came across a video of him 500 breaking down what pretty much amounted to financial scam, a scheme, like a fraud situation where you finessing the bank out of money, or in this case, a credit union. I'm not gonna play any of the shit or get into the shit really deep. I'll try to give you like a condensed version of it. Basically, him 500 was on the program Earn Your Leisure, which we'll get into a whole discussion about them later. He was on the program Earn Your Leisure, and he was giving like a quick tutorial on how to finesse $100,000 out of Navy Federal Credit Union by pretending like he was going to go get uh he was borrowing money from them to obtain a auto loan, or to obtain a vehicle, and getting the money from Navy Federal as a loan, and taking that money and finessing it into doing whatever you want to do with the money, whether it be investing or whatever. Try to take that money and flip it or whatever. And then he claimed that it was perfectly legal, and that the loan, if you do this after 90 days, the loan will simply convert to a personal loan from an auto loan to a personal loan, and your interest rate will just increase, and that'll um be the worst consequence of the action, which in reality couldn't be further from the truth. And what he was describing, basically broke down to bank fraud. As JT the Pocket Watcher so eloquently broke down in his video regarding this matter. So it seemed like this situation made the rounds or whatever, and must have made it back to him 500. It seemed like the video blew up, or, certain events blew it up even more, but he caught wind of it, and he had to basically make a statement where he tries to basically explain the shit. He apologizes somewhat, admits that, you know, if you do this thing with intent to deceive the bank, he admits that that is, you know, illegal or whatever, and not to do that, and he needs hiring lawyers to look over all his courses and make sure that he's not giving any illegal advice, you know, within his course or whatever. Now, for my introduction to this guy, which maybe about a year or two ago, actually was on Earn Your Leisure. It may have been his debut episode. And he does have a lot of like advice that sounds good from what I've seen. A bunch of stuff that sounds good and sounds simple and sound easy the way he breaks it down and stuff. But hey, it do sound a little shaky and iffy, like the way he's talking about, you know, pulling money off of credit cards by going and buying something. And like when I watched him, this is one of his strategies. In order to, you know, pull the money off a credit card, you know, without actually having to do a cash advance, he would go to like the Apple store and buy it, you know, use the credit card, max it out, and then buy a little bit over the credit card to where he had to use, I think, either cash or another card with it or whatever. And then he'd come back like 10 minutes later and ask for a refund, and I think they refund the money back to him either. It's some kind of way that he gets the money back. You know, I haven't looked at the video in a while or whatever. It's something, I don't know if they refund him the money back in cash, or I think they might refund the money back to the debit card that was used in conjunction with the credit card, because you used slightly over with the debit card. But whatever, in the way, you know, it sounded a little, you know, shady or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It sounded like something along the lines of what's actually going on here with this, like, finesse with the credit union or whatever. So yeah, he got put on Front Street, you know, he had to make a retraction. And somewhere in the mix, I don't know where Tony the closer comes in this situation. But somewhere in the mix, him and Tony actually has some type of issue or beef or something like that. And now Tony is getting on this shit, talking about, yeah, this guy's fraud. And maybe Tony was the first person to reveal it. I don't know. I don't know where Tony comes in at, but it comes to find out that him and Tony actually has, you know, some type of relationship. I'm not sure if it was like contractually a business partnership, or if it was like a mentorship, or they were cool with each other, or what the situation is. Tony that brought him into the game or what. But Tony is, you know, highly upset with him 500. And he's pretty much telling anybody that can listen, that's willing to listen, you know, how he feel about the man. You know, he's calling him a fraudster and a scammer, and you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third. Uh, Tony is quite the character, you know what I'm saying. I've watched him in the past too. He seems a little more rough around the edges than most of these guys present themselves in this light. He seems to wear a lot of his emotions on his shoulders and stuff like that. But you know, when you come from that angle, you know, you attract a certain crowd. So he has a following maybe of people that, you know, like more of a motherfucker coming from a realness standpoint, you know, so because he seems like a real, you know, genuine guy that's completely honest or whatever, and very rough around the edges. So you know, it's a market for everybody out here. So that's the angle he comes from, and he feels betrayed by him 500 for some reason. I think he's saying that the man swagger jacked him or something like that. You know, they were friends or they were cool, and he basically cut Tony out of like dealings with, like, I believe Gillie the Kid and Wallo with their little, you know, podcast or whatever the heck they got going on. But Tony the closer, you know, I'm getting putting the shoe before the horse. Um, he's basically a real estate guy. which is, part of my forte. But he focuses more on wholesaling. Now, just to give you my personal views on wholesaling and the reason why I say who's the scammer in the title card, I'm not saying Tony Close is a scammer or whatever, but from my personal observations and studying of wholesaling, and a lot of people, and it's not just him, it's a lot of legitimate guys and everybody, for the most part, they incorporate wholesaling and teach wholesaling in their real estate courses and things like that. My personal viewpoint of wholesaling, from my studies and the way it actually operates, it's legal. There may be some laws coming down the line, and there are some laws already created to address the way wholesaling is done. But from my perspective, it's not all that ethical. Just a quick rundown on wholesaling, if you don't know what this is, it's basically you going out and finding excellent real estate deal where somebody is trying to sell their home and they may be selling it undervalued. You come in, you set up a deal with them, you get them under contract under the guise that you're going to make the purchase for this property, but you're just getting the property under contract, ultimately to sell that contract to another real estate investor or a real real estate investor or a buyer or whoever at a price higher than what the person you just schemed to get under contract was selling it for. So you might catch, and to pray for this is, pretty much people that don't have a real estate agent, private sellers and stuff like that, people that don't have a full understanding of the real estate, maybe somebody that just got inherited some property or something, just somebody that could easily be taken advantage of, because let's be clear. If I'm trying to sell my property and you come and buy it, or you claim you're coming to buy it, but you mark it up $30,000 more dollars and sell it to somebody else, who wouldn't want, as far as the seller, the real owner of the property, who wouldn't want to actually sell their property for that extra $30,000? Come on now, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of wholesalers claim that they let the seller, know ahead of time what their scheme or what their game is. I seriously doubt it, or it's somebody that doesn't have a full understanding of what you're telling them, because, like I say, it's hard for me to believe that somebody be willing to let you come to me and say, well, put me under contract, I'm gonna fake like I'm gonna buy your property, or just come to you outright and tell you I'm gonna buy your property, but I'm going to take it and mark it up $30,000 and sell it to somebody else. You're gonna get what your asking price was, fine, but now I'm about to cash out $30,000. Why would you do that? If you're gonna do that, you might as well hire a fucking real estate agent. And that's the reason why you do hire real estate agents, to protect you from predatory people like the wholesalers. Like I say, from my opinion, again, it's perfectly legal, but it just seems completely unethical to me, because the reality of wholesaling, despite what these people claim that they sometimes let people know up front or whatever, which a lot of people just admit that they don't though. If you're not letting somebody know up front and you're just presenting yourself as a fucking buyer, but you have no intention of ever buying the fucking property, you're just gonna sell it at a higher fucking cost because you've seen somebody selling their property undervalued. That's unethical to me. That extra money should be going to the person that was actually selling the fucking property. You did nothing but just seen the sweetheart deal and then went in and shopped it around to a bunch of other people that would have, if you didn't interfere and this person had a real estate agent, they would have, actually got that extra money put in their own pocket. So that's my personal feelings about wholesaling. Again, it's perfectly legal as of now. I believe here in Illinois, or Chicago, or both or whatever, that they have passed laws where you can only do one wholesale deal per year. So like I say, it's starting to be regulated. They're starting to crack down on it because again, it just seems like an unethical practice. But that's basically Tony the Closer's jam. That's what his claim to fame is. Teach you wholesaling. It's a lot of people that's made a lot of money on it, but it's just not my cup of tea. I like traditional real estate investment, buying, hold, or flipping, or shit like that. But going back to the subject of who's scamming, no, addressing Tony the Closer, no, he's not scamming because Tony the Closer is a wholesaler, which is legal. But like I say, wholesaling, in my personal opinion, as Old Man Winter, is unethical. Now, on the other hand, as we look at M500, we can't say the same because we have a objective example of him being caught with his hand in a cookie jar. Now, can we say he's scamming because he gave information that is a finesse and a scam? Because we don't know if he's actually even done this, or are people saying he's scamming because he's telling people, he's selling himself, giving people information that is information that will lead to fraud charges and things of that nature. So, that's like a little debate that's going on or whatever. And I believe maybe what's going on with Tony the Closer may have been the person that blown the lid off. Like I say, I was introduced to it from JT, the pocket watcher guy, the accountant. But a lot of people are calling Tony the Closer a snitch and all of this other stuff about talking about this or revealing this. So he may have been the original person to break it down, and JT came across it from another angle. I don't know. Or maybe everybody's calling JT a snitch too. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But the black community is quick to call people a snitch in a situation where it's not really snitching, it's a fucking PSA to protect your dumb ass from not falling for some shit that can ultimately land you in fucking jail. So you don't want these people to put you up on game that if you follow this fucking advice, this advice will send you to fucking jail. Because if I put you up on game of saying that shit is illegal and it won't work and you'll go to jail for that shit, you snitched on that guy that gave you the motherfucker that was giving the black community the wrong fucking information. Come on, man. Y'all sound fucking stupid out here in these motherfucking streets now. You know what I'm saying? Old Man Winter, like I say, always tell you the rough, rugged, raw, unfiltered, uncensored motherfucking truth. And if y'all thinking like that, y'all motherfuckers got screw loose. Y'all some dumb, stupid ass dummies. You know what I'm saying? We want motherfuckers to put us up on motherfucking game. We want motherfuckers to have us look before we fucking leap. Especially if motherfuckers out here, you know what I'm saying, selling, you know what I'm saying, get out here giving motherfuckers bad information. You know what I'm saying? It's snitching just to tell a motherfucker, nah, you better watch out. You know what I'm saying, about, you know what I'm saying, woo wop the bam and shit. So if your mans is walking down the motherfucking street and you know two motherfucking niggas waiting around the motherfucking corner to rob the next nigga that walk around that motherfucking corner, and you know your mans is heading around that motherfucking corner and shit. So you mean to tell me you interpret that as fucking snitching if you tell your mans, look here, bro, don't go around that motherfucking corner. What's the name of them around there about to stick up any motherfucker that walk around that motherfucking corner? Hell no. Of course that's not fucking snitching. You putting your fucking mans up on game so they don't get fucked the fuck around. So I mean, you motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers is so quick to try to just demean the motherfucker or talk shit about a motherfucker, or it be a big ass popularity contest. Y'all might like him 500 more than fucking Tony the Closer. Because like I say earlier, Tony Closer seemed like a more rough around the edges guy, you know what I'm saying? And him 500 seems like he may be a little more charismatic. You know, no slight towards Tony the fucking Closer. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of motherfuckers be on some dick ride and shit, and they just like him 500. So they don't want a motherfucker to say nothing to fuck against them, even if he's saying wrong bullshit out here in these motherfucking streets. And nah, we gotta be more objective than that motherfucking shit and get off this popularity contest shit and get on real shit. If you selling financial literacy and you motherfucking selling bad fucking information and shit, that shit do need to be fucking blasted. And the shit ain't motherfucking snitching. It's hipping motherfuckers to the motherfucking game. And if you motherfuckers don't understand that, you stupid motherfuckers don't understand motherfucking English, and y'all deserve to get took for a ride, and y'all deserve to get whatever results you fucking get from following behind some of this dumbass motherfucking shit. And like I say, I done seen other motherfucking shit, like when I was introduced to this guy, the shit sounded good. The shit sounded like a smooth little finesse, but he was talking little finesse games even back then. So, you know, you just have to look at all of this motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, you might have motherfuckers that saying shit that sound good, but everything that fucking glitters ain't fucking gold. And I notice a lot of times motherfuckers are quick to gravitate towards these motherfuckers that's talking fast, not letting you get in a word edgewise, and seem like they got all the answers when they motherfucking talking and shit. And ain't nobody doing no research, ain't nobody questioning shit. Motherfuckers just going with the motherfucking shit. They saying some shit that sound too good to be true. Everybody clapping it up and getting excited and sounding all happy about some motherfucking shit. And nobody is saying, hey, that, you know, shit, if this the case, then why motherfuckers ain't been up on this shit? Or motherfuckers ain't saying, man, that shit don't even sound right. You know, everybody is getting excited and happy and all this other motherfucker shit, but nobody got no real deal questions to motherfucking ask. And that gets to the second part of this video, you know, and that's where we're talking about, like what he was saying with information from Tony Closer, more shit that they say he's snitching about, but he's fucking giving a PSA to shit that we all should fucking know. So now we have to turn our focus on Earn Your Leisure and $1 million worth of game, which is Gillie and Wallo's podcast, and any one of these other podcasts that may be operating the same thing. Now, one of the most eye-opening things about the information Tony the Closer is giving out, at least to me and JT, the pocket watching guy, touched on, you know what I'm saying? But he said he had an anonymous source. And I believe his anonymous source was Tony the fucking Closer, you know what I'm saying? Honestly and shit. Because he done outright came out here and motherfucker said it. One of the most alarming and interesting things about this whole thing is the fact that motherfucking it was revealed allegedly that him 500, I keep calling him him 500 paid Earn Your Leisure $50,000 to show up on their program. And the same with Wallo and Gillie. I don't know if it was a specific number that he said about them, but these guys, and Tony is basically admitting this is the behind the scenes game that they're all fucking doing, including him. You know what I'm saying? Paying these motherfucking because Tony was talking about taking fucking Gillie on trips to Mexico and all type of motherfucking shit. So basically these guys are paying to fucking play. You know what I'm saying? Turning these appearances on these podcasts into glorified infomercials. So take for instance, if I pay you $50,000 to come on your motherfucking podcast and shit, are you really about to ask me objective, hard-hitting fucking questions? You know what I'm saying? How much of this shit is a scripted fucking event, and how much of this shit is you just opening up our platform that has millions of subscribers or hundreds of subscribers or whatever, just so you can introduce your product to them and sell shit to them, while we're acting like this is just a natural fucking system and we just brought on a guy, naturally, and shit just happened because we just like the way this motherfucker operates. No, in actuality, these guys are paying the fucking play and they paying like they fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is paying heavy dough to show up on these popular fucking podcasts and shit to motherfucking be able to maybe actually sell their products to these podcast subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And their audiences or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They come into these large platforms with fucking a bag and shit. Including Tony the Closer, like I say, in revealing this behind the scenes information. He's telling on himself too that he participates in this shit. So that's out of all this shit, that's the biggest bombshell out of all this shit and the biggest part of this shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's showing that this shit isn't organic. It's not natural. It's a pay to play game. You know what I'm saying? They behind the scenes paying like they way to make appearances on this shit. Basically bribing these podcasts to come on their show, taking them on vacations, putting $50,000 bags in their motherfucking lap. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the motherfucking third and shit. And to me, that shit is unethical on all fucking parts. You know what I'm saying? The fucking podcast appearances and shit is basically like Real Housewives of Atlanta or some shit. Like it's a scripted, fake, phony ass motherfucking shit. It's got a light fucking script and it's not genuine. That's why you're not getting no hard hitting questions. That's why you're getting these old excited reactions to the information that's being given. Oh, that shit was cold. Oh man, everybody acting like they all excited about shit. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's just interesting. They acting like they're so interested, like the information is just so cold, and it's just mind blowing. Like the information fucking changed their fucking life and shit. Anybody watch the M500 shit where he's telling that damn fraud shit that they just exposed this fucking fraud with Navy Federal? Everybody in the room is acting like this is just this is the greatest shit fucking ever. Nobody's asking any critical fucking questions about this shit or questioning it at all. They're just all excited about the information. You know why? They got paid $50,000 for this shit. It's a glorified info fucking commercial. You know what I'm saying? It's basically staged. It's basically a fucking front. And what even further solidifies the guilt of the matter, or to the guilt on the part of these fucking platforms of knowing that this shit is wrong and unethical, when you start getting motherfuckers sending out these cease and desist letters, that means you're hitting on a topic they don't want nobody fucking touching on. Now, this JT, the pocket watcher, receives a cease and desist notice from Earn Your Leisure based on the videos that he made, or the original video he made exposing the fraud of him 500. But in that video too, he also exposed the information about having an anonymous source talking about him 500 paying $50,000 to appear on Earn Your Leisure in the first place. Now, boom, Earn Your Leisure sees a cease and desist notice that's basically a smokescreen. It doesn't ask him to cease and desist going directly at the reason that we all easily know. Why the fuck would Earn Your Leisure want to cease and desist JT for exposing some shit him 500 did? That has nothing to do with Earn Your Leisure themselves. But in revealing him 500, he revealed that Earn Your Leisure basically takes bribes and payoffs to allow motherfuckers to come on their fucking platform and sell their products to their fucking audience and shit. And that's the real basis for the cease and desist letter. But they use this roundabout reason to try to spook JT, the pocket watching guy, they use this roundabout reason of saying that he's infringing on their copyright, which is absolutely ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's unreasonable, unfeasible, and they must think this guy's a complete buffoon to have taken that uh cease and desist letter seriously based upon those reasonings. And like I said, I was talked about this cease and desist letter before. A lot of people believe, and it be these clients, lawyers aren't gonna not take anybody's money. And these people think when they got so much motherfucking money and shit, if I go to a lawyer and tell him to do shit, it's gonna make a motherfucker jump when I say jump and shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the fucking world, 99% of the world believes lawyers' mouths are a fucking prayer book. I don't understand when you break down and look at the way lawyers operate or trained in every fucking thing, you would understand that a lawyer is a paid fucking assassin. They will do anything you want them to do if you fucking pay them. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Just because you receive something from a lawyer, that doesn't mean it's fucking law. That doesn't mean that you got to start shaking in your motherfucking boots believing a lawsuit is coming fucking behind it. Lawyers are used fucking to spook motherfuckers off of certain subjects that they don't want a motherfucker to talk about. In this motherfucking case, they used a very flimsy reasoning. The lawyer probably examined the whole tape and said, like, we really don't have nothing we can really say about this shit to try to get him to pull this shit down. And that was the best thing the lawyer could come up with to at least reasonably send out that cease and fucking desist notice. Because in actuality, it's nothing that the man did wrong that you had a reasonable right to send out a cease and desist for. So, hey, come throw some shit up against the wall and see what the fuck sticks and shit. And in this motherfucking case, he was throwing this silly ass cease and desist letter that basically is talking about infringement, you know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with the real reason they really want this shit taken down, which is the fact that it's been revealed again that Earn Your Leisure, $1 million worth of game, and probably any of these other podcasts, that these fly-by-night people out the blue just pop up on their fucking podcast. It's really these people, you know what I'm saying, being paid. They paying these podcasts off to appear on their fucking program. Which I'm not knocking. I ain't knocking the motherfucking hustle. Like I say, a lot of this shit seems questionably ethically, you know, but who am I to judge? You know, it just is what it is. So, you know, to the people like Earn Your Leisure and anybody else, again, like I talked about the cease and desist shit, you do yourselves no favors by issuing these fucking cease and desist letters. People are more wise and most people, you know, especially somebody a professional like an accountant or another lawyer or some shit like that. But a lot of people are more savvy now than to just fall for the old, you know, bullshit cease and desist letter and see some shit from a lawyer and start quaking in their boots. Now, mind you, you'll find some people that, you know, get scared and snatch shit down and shit like that. But most of us know better, you know what I'm saying? And most of us are educated enough to create content to where we know we're not infringing on anybody's rights. We're using people's contents under the doctrine of fair use. You see a lot of people now putting that in their descriptions and even stating that their information is protected, the information that they're using is protected under the doctrine of fair use, and actually properly use the content under the doctrine of fair use. We aren't, or content creators, which I am a part of now, you know, we aren't haphazardly acting on these platforms anymore. We're A lot of us are now savvy enough ourselves to operate in a legal manner and using these contents and the topics that we're using and what we're discussing and how we're discussing it, so on and so forth. So it's going to be hard to get in there and convince somebody that's already studied this fair use shit, this, you know what I'm saying, all this other little shit, you know what I'm saying, what's allowable and what's not allowable. It's going to be hard to sit here and send somebody a bullshit pump fake of a cease and desist letter and think that you're going to obtain any results other than a follow-up video of the person exposing you, sending out cease and desist letters, and then you give them, you blow the situation up even more, and it makes the accusations more, it makes the accusations seem more, even more legitimate at that point in time. So again, when you all get to sending out these frivolous cease and desist notices, you do yourselves no favors. You looking like a bully now. You looking like a uppity ass motherfucker that's trying to bully a smaller person with your monies and your high priced lawyers and all that other bullshit. And you're not gonna achieve the results you want. And all you're gonna do is blow that person up that you're trying to silence. You're gonna blow that person up probably 10 times more than what the fuck they already had going on. So just words to the wise to all these cease and desist ass stupid motherfuckers and shit out here, like Charlemagne, you know what I'm saying? Dude, whatever his name. Like Charlemagne, and now Earn Your Leisure. Anybody else that think that they're going to spook people off with these frivolous, baseless cease and desist notices. Cut that stupid shit out, man. Just take whatever a motherfucker doing, and you just got to eat that. You know what I'm saying? If you operating from a correct standpoint from to begin with, you won't have to worry about having to issue out cease and desist notices to try to cover your tracks for the shit that you're fucking doing. You know what I'm saying? You took that $50,000 allegedly, or whatever payoffs you took from him and Tony the Closer and whoever else you had on your motherfucking show. You did that. So just, you know what I'm saying? Eat that. It done got exposed. It done got the fucking exposed. You know what I'm saying? Don't do things that in the darkness that you don't want to come to fucking light. You know what I'm saying? Operate ethically within your internal beliefs of ethics. Because if you felt though that operating like that was ethical, you wouldn't mind that information being put out to the public, and you will never sent out a cease and desist notice. So again, when you do that, it pretty much reveals to us your feelings of guilt of the exposure of this, this what's obviously in your eyes is unethical practices. So again, that's word to the wise from your man, the old man Winter. I believe that's pretty much everything that needs to be said on this topic. Shout out to JT, the pocket watching guy. Shout out to him, 500. Shout out to Tony the Closer. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure. I ain't got nothing against I don't have no dogs in none of these fights. This is just the old man Winter commentating on the shit that I see out here and telling it like it is. And you know what I'm saying? Doing what I do, giving it to you hardcore uncut. Shout out to $1 million worth of game, Gillie and Wallo. I ain't got no issues with none of you niggas neither. If y'all taking payoffs and shit, to let niggas appear on your motherfucking program, hey, that's what y'all do, Got niggas take you on vacations and all this other motherfucking shit. Hey, more power to you, my brothers. You know what I'm saying? At least y'all didn't send out a cease and desist. But once again, it's your man, old man Winter, with another episode of No Holds Barred in the books. And like I told y'all before, I'm going to need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, and again, share my shit. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to, help me out. Man, don't keep your boy old man Winter all to yourself like I always say. spread the wealth, you know what I'm saying? Your man, the old man Winter, it's his spreading this, you know what I'm saying, this ghetto gospel to the masses, so spread the wealth, let a friend know and tell them to let a friend know. And then by the time it's all over, you know what I'm saying, we'll be taking the world over or something. You heard what I'm saying? But again, it's your man, the old man Winter, and we out. Peace.